Okay, joining us live now, Ali Vaez. He's a senior advisor to the president at the International Crisis Group. Ali, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us. So what do you make of, first of all, the attack from Iran and a potential response from Israel? Because according to Cabinet, they're locked as to whether they will respond or not.
It's great to be with you. Look, I think the Iranian attack was designed to be flashy, but not fatal. It was designed to be intercepted.
Yeah.
Precisely because the Iranians felt the need to restore a degree of deterrence after Israel targeted their consulate in Damascus. But they didn't want to trigger a broader escalation that would bring the U.S. into a direct confrontation with Iran. And therefore, it was a very difficult needle to thread, but it seems that they have managed to do so. Nevertheless, there is no guarantee that Israel would not respond and would not retaliate in kind by attacking Iran on its own soil, and this would give rise to another cycle of tit for tat that could easily spiral out of control.
So with that said, does Israel need to send a message back of some kind that this kind of attack, you know, the hundreds of missiles, is not appreciated too much?
Look, the reality is that Israel crossed the line by attacking a diplomatic facility, which is in contradiction to Vienna Convention that protects diplomatic facilities. And Iran crossed the line by targeting Israel for the first time directly from its own soil. So as your correspondent said, both sides are at the moment even. But if Israel continues, then the next round might not be as calibrated as the first round of Iranian attacks was. And also take into account, Iran did not bring the tip of the spear of its regional network of partners and proxies into this, which is Hezbollah. And if Hezbollah comes in with hundreds of thousands of precision-guided missiles targeting Israeli civilian centers, the cost would be catastrophic for all sides.
Yeah. Joe Biden says for Benjamin Netanyahu to take the win. Do you see it as a win, or did you hint in your previous answer that it was a draw?
Well, I think it was a draw because obviously Iran had telegraphed its plans of attack way in advance, and Israel was not alone in defending itself. The United States, the UK, even Jordan and Saudi Arabia were involved in shooting down a lot of these projectiles. And so overall, I think it is a draw. But the reality is that there's not a promising track record of Prime Minister Netanyahu listening to President Biden's advice. If he does so, it will be the first time that the so-called bear hug has actually delivered results.
Yeah. And just more broadly speaking, what does this do to markets? What does this do to international markets? Because there would be a flow-on effect here.
Look, there is no element of surprise here, although the Iranian attack was much more serious than many expected. But everybody anticipated it. And so I think the markets will be rattled a little bit. But again, the ball is in Israel's court right now. And depending on what Israel does, we might see a significant spike in oil prices after Israel takes action.
All right, Ali, we'll leave it there. Appreciate your time, though. Thank you.